Aston Villa conquered Europe 8 years ago. Now they carry the banner again as English football returns to the fold. Villa's opponents tonight could be just what the doctor ordered. Joseph Venglos knows all about his Czechoslovakian countryman, Banik Ostrava. But the Czechs say they have a personal score to settle with Aston Villa's new manager. In 1968, Bobby Charlton lifted the European Cup for Manchester United. Tonight, England and Old Trafford expects a game. It's the night all English football fans have been waiting 5 years for, to say nothing of the players who've been denied a European soccer stage. Because they kicked off 30 minutes earlier than Manchester United, Aston Villa, runners-up in the league last season, tonight became England's first team back in Europe since the Heysel tragedy. Ironic that Aston Villa are now led by the Czech doctor, Joseph Venglos, whose countryman of Banik Ostrava provided the opposition this evening. A team, incidentally, still angry at Dr. Joe for picking only one of their team for the World Cup in Italy. They were out to prove him wrong tonight in the toughest test so far of his reign at Villa Park. That's where we go now and join your match commentator, John Helm.
The unique atmosphere of European football returns to Villa Park on a night significant for the future of English soccer as a whole. It's 6 years since Aston Villa enjoyed a night like this. But Nigel Spink has seen it all before. He was the stand-in hero for Jimmy Rimmer when Villa won the European Cup 8 years ago. The only other survivor of that memorable night in Rotterdam is Gordon Cowans, who's been stressing to some of his younger colleagues the importance of patience on these occasions. And this is the first Villa side sent into Europe by Dr. Venglos. The only difficult choice he had to make was between Ian Olney and Kevin Gage. The latter wins the vote to start tonight. Well, Banik have had to leave their captain and most influential player, William Hiravi, in Czechoslovakia with a knee injury. But two of tonight's lineup were called into the international side against Finland last month. Ivo Stash, the sweeper, and Karol Kula in midfield. Tonight's officials are all from West Germany. The referee is Manfred Neuner from Frankfurt. Pitch looking in absolutely wonderful condition. The turf was relayed during the summer, and it really is a marvellous comeback to European football for Aston Villa. And what a night of mixed emotions for Dr. Joseph Venglos. He was very keen, in fact, to say hello to everybody in the Czechoslovakian dressing room before the game, and they came to see him too. And he's obviously a very respected and popular figure. And we are away with Banik Ostrava in the light blue shirts and white shorts. And they will be attacking the Holt end to begin with. And their formation will be of interest. They play with the sweeper system, as most continental sides do. They favour the slow build-up, and they are renowned to be a very composed side. But Villa will be hoping to put them under considerable pressure here, and seems strange perhaps for a Czechoslovakian manager to say that his team has got to play in typical British style tonight. And the ball played safely back by Paul McGrath to Nigel Spink, and nobody has been looking forward to this night more than him. On by Cowans with his first touch for Daly to chase. They fear the pace of Tony Daly, as do most sides in the English First Division. And the first free kick of the night awarded to Aston Villa. And Daly might well win a few of those this evening. So time for the heavy artillery to come forward. And if they are vulnerable at all, the Czechs are said to be that in the air. Coventry exploited that in a visit recently, and the goalkeeper didn't quite get there. David Platt, who's in the midst of an extremely good seam at the moment. He's scored in the last 4 matches and wants to keep the run going. As you can see, he's a very tall man, goalkeeper Pavel Surinec. Nobody challenged Mountfield. In the left-back position, Kubanek, but here's Chris Price, and again he's trying to find Daly. He'll be the main source of supply from the right. And the Czechoslovakian coach has pinpointed Daly and Cascarino with his height as the major threat. But a lovely ball threaded through here, and a great chance immediately for Banik. And a corner one for them. And Villa must beware of those raids down the right-hand side. So in the first 2 minutes, Banik have a corner. Horvat on the near post, and the referee is coming over to chase a balloon, I believe, in the oops, and that squashed somebody's present for the night. Bit flat, and easily out by Platt. Joseph Venglos' assistant, John Ward, I know has the belief that this side is quite capable of sneaking a goal. They've got plenty of ability up front. And that's uncomfortably back inside his own penalty area. And now Daly has switched wings. His marker went with him, and that's the second. No, in fact, I thought it was a free kick awarded by the referee. So Tony Daly willing to roam around, switching flanks, and for the second time winning a free kick. Stuart Gray. Floated to the edge of the penalty area where Cascarino challenges but doesn't win. Losing out to Platt. Now Price. Can't find Cascarino though, and the man much in evidence is Kubanek. He's here again on a strong surging run and through the middle. He was looking for Orlender. Paul McGrath. They'll always try to seek out Cascarino up there. Daly trying to get him behind him. Tony Cascarino, who came on as a substitute for the Republic of Ireland last week, to good effect. And you will notice that they are not afraid to play the ball around, the Banik team. Very, very composed. Here is Ivo Stash once more, who made his international debut against Finland last month. Well read. And another free kick, this time it's against Petra Scarabela. And they won't be afraid to concede a few free kicks here in the Midlands. Nielsen wanting to take it quickly. Daly had made one run. Here's Cascarino, other side of the penalty area. It might just come down. Daly was in there hustling. Still Daly inside the penalty area. Can't locate Cascarino. But Gray's on the ball. Easily out by Stash, but only as far as Price. Oh, delightfully taken. Good control by Platt. Another of the marked men, who was one of the three picked out by the Czechoslovakian coach. His World Cup exploits, well renowned now. Price. Once more Cascarino up. It didn't come to him, it comes instead to Cowans. Good support play from Derek Mountfield. Daly with the first time looping cross, and the keeper set off and then didn't come. Platt. And handball against McGrath. Paul McGrath, one of those who experienced European football with another club. That was in his Manchester United days, of course. Extremely young side, Banik. Stash here, for example, number 23. Well, they love to stroke the ball around, but he didn't do so to good effect there, but he's in the thick of it again, Stash. Very much playing a cat and mouse game. Banik. McGrath trying to get him first. Cowan's helping out. Kubanek again there, but McGrath reading it well and winning the throw-in. Cascarino, he got the touch for Daly. Now then Daly will run at them. 3 defenders in front of him though. And Stash showing his qualities. Blocked entirely unruffled, but here's Platt taking up a good position. Sirinicek off the line. And that's where Platt is so dangerous, getting in behind the back line of defence. No free kick. The referee played an advantage there to Banik. Saw they were still in possession, so Stash checks and comes the other way. Now finds Kubanek. Banik. Derek Mountfield, another of those delighted to see English clubs back in Europe. He enjoyed his forays with Everton back in 1985, and they won the Cup Winners' Cup. Good challenge by McGrath. Cascarino loses out though. Nearly flicked off the top of McGrath's head there. Hilek trying to get around McGrath and might concede a corner here. Good solid defender. Often used in midfield, of course, by Jack Charlton for the Republic of Ireland. Villa have to protect their net now. With Price on the near post. And that's meat and drink for Nigel Spink. And Stuart Gray leads the next Villa assault. Daly is shadowed all the way by Cialini. I think Villa are expecting so much of Tony Daly. It's great experience for him in his ambitions to play on a greater stage. Useful ball forward. And the man chasing is Hollander. And the flat cross could have had them in trouble, and still Horvat tries to turn it back. And a good bit of defending done by Gage. Kevin Gage proving his worth to the side there, and finding Platt as well. Interesting that Tony Daly has switched wings so early in the game. He started on the right and has then moved over to the left. Cascarino back for Platt. Almost a case of too many cooks there. The ball has still come to Gray. And the keeper should take this one. He's about 6'4". And those sort of crosses aren't a problem. Surely a foul on Cowans. The ball had been lost by Nishash. And I think Dr. Venglos will be happy with the way Aston Villa have started this game. They're doing exactly what he wanted, and that's playing in the traditional British manner of trying to get at the opposition. Cowans with the free kick. Cascarino can't get in there. Away by Hollander. And here's one for Chris Price to make sure of. Daly stumbled and lost to pressure second. And making a great break through the middle is Kubanek if the ball comes to him. It's gone beyond him and Price, but support now in the shape of Horvat. And they're not afraid to put plenty of men forward in attack. And the shot might be on here, but driven wildly into the crowd by Nejash. What was impressive about that move was the way that a lot of players were running off the ball, and Nejash here had a good sight on goal, but never set his sights. So Mountfield brings play inside the Banik half. Well done by Cowans. Gage forward again and asking much of Daly. Most of the pressure coming from Villa, but the odd raid from the other end has looked dangerous. And yeah, that wasn't such an impressive touch by the sweeper. Stash completely missing his kick, and it was a good job nobody was behind him. Platt won it fairly. Still goes on. Only Cascarino in the box to cross to, though. It might still come to him. Daly's arrived. Cascarino with a chance here if he can get around the defender, and Stash making a good, strong challenge. Won the ball and set his own man in motion. This is Kula. Kula, the international, and a good ball inside here. Horvat. And they do look extremely quick when they come on the break. And you can imagine there'll be a handful in Czechoslovakia. What a ball that Cowans would have been proud of that. He'd seen where Gray was, but was unable to locate him. Scarabella comes into the Aston Villa half. It would do Villa spirits so much good if they could just get the first goal, and Daly was trying to take it on from Cascarino's flick header. It's of paramount importance tonight, of course, that Aston Villa don't concede a goal, with away goals in Europe counting double. I'm sure that will have been one of the messages rapped out by the Czechoslovakian manager, the Czechoslovakian manager of the Aston Villa side. Nielsen, who also played in Europe, of course, on his day with Brøndby in Denmark. Can they find Nejash? That'll be a free kick against Kevin Gage. Gage, whose ball-winning qualities won him the vote over Ian Olney for this home leg. He's only figured in the away league games so far. Taken back by Palinek, large left-sided player. Support from Nejash. Kula. Skillful. And doesn't panic, does he? Nice little back heel. Well, the build-up just a little bit too deliberate. Banik Ostrava will be happy to have come through the opening stages unscathed. They must have been fearful of Villa hitting them early on. Well, there really hasn't been a clear-cut opening in the game as yet. midfield. Platt. Amazing how many times he wins the ball in those sort of situations. Cowans checks. Chris Price. Nice ball to Daly. And Price makes a good forward run as well, but Daly's speed takes him on the outside. Good looking cross as well. Easily taken by Srunicek. And Daly has come back onto the right flank. Here's one for Hollander to chase with McGrath. One by the latter. One there, well won by Nechash as well, trying to thread it through, but McGrath once more on the line of duty. Press. Again, it's Daly's speed against the defender's tenacity, and he's really taking them on. His Daly. Lovely play and a good tackle as well. Splendid tackle by Stash. And Daly seems to have really got the taste for the action tonight. They'll continue to feed him all right. Cowans. And again. A looped ball. Here's Platt. The keeper off his line. The whistle had sounded for offside. David Platt once more taking up a position behind the back line of defence. There's a lovely chip ball over the top to him. Cowans can be so influential. He sized it up there, looped the ball over the top, and Platt, making an excellent run, had just gone too soon. But now there's danger at the other end. Here's Hollander, and he slices the shot not more than a foot wide of Nigel Spink's right-hand upright. And a clear and timely warning to Aston Villa. Hollander has scored 5 goals in 5 games back home, and this one would have been a treat for his team. He just couldn't finish it. Well, Coventry City's manager John Sillett said after his team played Banik in pre-season that they were a better side than Liverpool. And Banik at times tonight have shown that they are dangerous. And a lot must be going through the mind of Aston Villa's Czechoslovakian manager. John Ward, sitting at his right side, went to see Banik in Czechoslovakia a couple of weeks ago. And how ironic that his first match in charge here should be against one of his own country's teams. Kubanak. Again comes forward. I know Villa were hoping to profit from that, but they've not done so as yet. Free kick against the defender Scarabella. But it's a salutary lesson for Aston Villa that, despite all their pressure, the best chance of the game has fallen to the opposition. Only Mountfield left back in his own half after that free kick. Scarabella's clearance finding Hollander. And again they make excellent forward runs. There are plenty of men looking to get on the end of something here for Banik. Hollander to Palinek. And there's going to be a free kick here in what might well be a very dangerous position indeed to Aston Villa. Palinek left in no doubt about the quality of the tackle and the firmness of it. So danger here as number 10 Nechash goes over. He might well swing it in with the left foot. He might hit it with the left foot, and he does to no great effect for his side. But this is Villa Park on the night that European football returns to England. And it's a marvellous setting for an occasion like this, so different to the English League game. So many great nights over the years here. Barcelona came, of course. Banik may not have a Johan Cruyff in their side, as Barcelona did on that occasion, but they've got some very talented performers. And presumably a young side that's going to get much better too. Horvat, there's the cross for Spink. Nobody challenging him. So Mountfield will try and pick somebody out in a good position, obviously, here, and Daly makes the run, so does Price. It was a bit too predictable, maybe. And they're all behind the ball, the Banik players. One of them there was Cialini. Well, they've so far soaked everything up, and the only thing is that they do dally on the ball just a little bit. They give a few managers in this country heart attacks. But they've come away so far with it. And they do again now. Banik. They've got some pace too. Right on the left is Kubanek. And Kubanek maybe, well, he could have caught Nigel Spink off his guard there just for a moment. Not quite sure how intentional that was from Kubanek. Well, Nigel Spink was just a yard or so off his line, and Kubanek, I fancy he was trying to float in a cross, really, got it all wrong, and then it dipped over the top. And the visiting side do have good pedigree. They finished second in the first division in Czechoslovakia last season. And only a couple of weeks ago they beat the top side there, Sparta Prague. So they're in pretty good form, and they're defending stoutly here. Stash. Winning it from Platt, who doesn't seek to win it back, and so they come forward in numbers here. This is Kula. And they're not afraid to have a go, but so far they've not troubled Nigel Spink. Villa started by trying to hustle the opposition. That didn't rattle them, and they've been a bit more laid back in recent minutes. Once more, it's important to stress the need for patience on these occasions. All the great European club sides have had that over the years, especially matches played over 180 minutes. Throwing his left to Kula, one of those on international duty recently. And there's the longish throw. Doesn't trouble Mountfield. And between them, they somehow contrive to get the ball away. Callens can't win it cleanly. Nechach. There's a bit of urgency when he gets involved, as he is again now. We're finding Horvat. Nielsen too good for the pair of him now. Only Cascarino to play the ball to there, so McGrath had to give him it. Just kept in. Chris Price will chase this one, and he might just get around the defender as well. Now Stash had done his job once more. Confronted Price. Did a tremendous job for his side, as he continues to do now, going forward. Free kick awarded against McGrath, who says, I never touched him. He did seem to stumble somewhat. Touch for McGrath, finding Cowans, turns inside and almost played himself into trouble. Well, Daly's got searing pace, but he'll do well to get this one, but he's won it. Did well there, Tony Daly. Cowans very much the playmaker they're looking to. Cascarino goes over to challenge Scarabella. Scarabella with Cascarino. Chance of a cross now. Picked up by Gray. Cowans. Try a shot from here, and unfortunately for Villa, it went straight at Tony Daly. Well, they don't need extra defenders, but the pass back almost fatal. Again, it was Platt trying to get in. Well, they'll be wary of him now. It's just an instinctive thing David Platt has got. Very good quality to have as well. McGrath, storm sword for Villa. Cascarino. Cowans found by Platt. But who can he find? He might find Platt again as he came racing into the penalty area. David Platt does take up these marvellously intelligent positions. Cowans there, though, cracking that ball straight at Tony Daly, and it came to naught as a result. Platt looks the main danger, though, apart from Daly's pace. Stash. Now Kula. Nichash holding things up before finding Kula. It took just a little bit too long then. Cascarino. Now the danger with Chris Price coming into a centre-forward position, but calm and collected as ever, Stash. And off again goes Nichash. Well, he's had one shot, and now he's rolling the ball through. Oh, a cracking goal as well, and it's scored by Hilek. And that is a body blow to Aston Villa. But the threat had been there. Delight then for the Czechoslovakian bench. And that really is a bit of a calamity for Aston Villa. There's a strong run made by Nichash, threading the ball through there, but didn't he take it well? Straight across Nigel Spink, and an excellent strike by Hilek. And Banik Ostrava have a priceless lead here. Beautifully struck. Aston Villa 0, Banik Ostrava 1. And that is a telling blow to Villa's aspirations in Europe. And Hilek gets the first goal at a very good time indeed, just when Villa had come back at Banik. Villa need to reply sharply, and they do! David Platt's the man. He does have a knack of being in the right place at the right time. Those fans appreciating David Platt's 5th goal in successive games, coming only a minute after Banik's leading goal. The ball coming to him in a perfect position, and you don't stop those, no matter who you are. An element of fortune as the ball came back to him in the penalty area, but he was there again in the right place. Sliced up in the air. And thank you very much, says David Platt. Well, that has set the match alight. He does have this marvellous penchant for popping up in the penalty area and scoring vital goals. Just what the doctor ordered. Although he's not saying much about it. I think he'll be still unhappy about the away goal that's been conceded. Remember, that counts double. But at least it's a lot happier scene here now than it was 4 or 5 minutes ago. The Villa fans had just been rather stunned by that goal from Filek, but David Platt had a swift response. And to be fair, what had been rather a mundane game up to that point has now come to life, and here's Cascarino trying to spark it a little bit more. To come for Gray. And there's 2 or 3 people up in the penalty area still there to cross it to. He couldn't find any of them though. And it's booted to safety by Neshash. This looks more promising. Here's Paul McGrath. Could try a shot himself. McGrath over the top of that Banik crossbar. Just got a little bit underneath it. It doesn't figure on the score sheet very often. But Paul McGrath taking up a good position just on the edge of the area there. And might just have snatched it a little. Not a bad effort, though. Well, European football is back at Villa Park with a vengeance now. This is what they've come to see. And they're seeing a very good contest now. I say it's made good by the fact that the opposition is very, very skilled. Just how it should be. Gone are the days when there were easy matches in Europe. Gage onto Daly. You still get the feeling that Daly could unhinge them with his pace, and he's now tearing away down the left touchline. Pursued frantically by Cialini. He's round him. Can he get round the next man? Still tussling for it. The referee was right there. There was no foul, but it might be one back even yet. Not so. Kula hauled down by Platt, who's heavily involved in this game. David Platt in the midst of the action, as always. This game has come on leaps and bounds in the last 12 months. They show this propensity for playing the ball around. There's some articulate footballers in their side, no doubt about that. Gage. To Platt, Cascarino to chase. Scarabella seems to have taken Cascarino on as his personal property. Cialini is looking more after Daly. Easy enough for Stash to clear and Hollander to chase. He won't bother. Platt's making a forward run and receives now from McGrath. A man at his back as always, and his strength helped against Kubanek there, but he only won the throw in the end. Tony Daly acknowledging the ball. He's been Much to the fore in this first half. Headed by Platt and taken on by Daly. Support from Chris Price. That's quite a chase for Cascarino. He'll do well to get anything out of this. And he can't do. It's been a pretty unavailing night so far for Tony Cascarino. Finding himself heavily marked as he expected. Nielsen forward. Fuller's throw, and Chris Price down here, who was playing for Blackburn Rovers a couple of years ago, must think that life in football is pretty wonderful again. With Aston Villa back in Europe. And it's 1-1. David Platt getting Villa's first European goal for 6 years. And another now would do nicely. A few minutes before the break, Wardle Cowans to lift it in. Daly just couldn't get there. But again, it was that danger man, Neshash, who brought it out, and Stash has come on one of his forward runs. And there's so much movement off the ball. Unfortunately for Banik, they just couldn't find their man out on this touchline. Who was Neshash? He's very quick. Free kick against Cascarino. So he'll continue to battle. The former Millwall striker, who's scored in both games here at Villa Park in the league this season, against Coventry and Southampton. Kula. Well, they have some deft little touches, and they've put Aston Villa under some more pressure here. McGrath just finding too many for him, but the ball spun away kindly to Daly. And now wants to take them on, and isn't he exciting when he goes like this? Cascarino's on his left, Price is on his right, Daly keeps going. Well, he must have gone 60 yards there before the ball was finally torn away from his toe end. Well, what an exciting run from Daly. Pity he just couldn't finish it. Stash again, plenty of forward runs being made ahead of him. He picks out Kubanek. And the man who wears number 3 pops up all over the place, Kubanek there. He's in possession again now. Rolling it back for Neshash. He's been at the heart of some of their better moments. Olander. Daly wants to go on another run. I thought he'd have still been exhausted from his last one. Not so. Well, there have been very few stoppages. And, we reckon about a minute and a half to the break. Aston Villa 1, Banik Ostrava 1. Neshash. Oh, and he's beaten him away, and danger here as Palinek gets to the dead ball line, cuts it back. They mustn't concede another one. One is bad enough on your own ground in Europe. The danger has been averted now, I imagine. It's going to come back again with Neshash. And they're not afraid to have a go, and Kula rips the latest shot in over the top of Villa's crossbar. But once more the danger, and that will be something that Dr. Venglos will be talking about in his half-time talk, I've no doubt. Daly. Gray's ball to Platt. Lacked enough power. It got there in the end, but it was a bit fortunate. However, Cascarino's here. Now Cowans. Price. Wasn't quite the touch he wanted, but now there was the forward pass. And now Cowans slips. And Neshash brings it away. Challenged by Platt. Free kick. Well, he's never stopped running, David Platt. He's got this amazing engine people talk about in football, in footballing parlance anyway. And he gets up and down the pitch. And here he just overdid it a little bit on Neshash. A bit of pushing, a bit of shoving, a bit of anything to bring him down. McGrath comes and gives to Cascarino and takes it back. Oh, and then unfortunately nudges too far. Well, there have been good and bad moments in this half for Paul McGrath, and that was a bit of a mixed bag too. Cascarino chases on, and Srenicek had just come off his line in time. It's the last action of an interesting half, which ends all square, but there was certainly panic for Aston Villa when Banik took the lead with a beautifully struck goal from Hilek. But within a minute, David Platt had hit the perfect reply with an equaliser from only about 7 or 8 yards out. It was a goal that could hardly have been better timed. So half-time here at Villa Park. It's Aston Villa 1, Banik Ostrava 1.
It took a typical David Platt goal to keep Aston Villa in the match against Banik Ostrava in the UEFA Cup game this evening. Can they build on it? We'll find out now as we go back to Villa Park for second half commentary from John Helm.
All set for the second half then at Villa Park, and perfectly set up at Aston Villa 1, Banik Ostrava 1. And all the action of that first half encapsulated in the 2 minutes with David Platt, the goal scorer, here again. And a change made, as you can probably see, number 14 there, Ian Ormonroyd, has been thrown in for this second half by Dr. Venglos, and here he is, Ian Ormonroyd, the tall, lanky figure. On the ball now, still stumbling and trying to get it through, and he's replaced Kevin Gage as Platt goes in again. Keeper's off the line, and a sprightly start by Villa. David Platt again at the hub of it. Daly's chase. Breasting it down, and the throw. Daly trying to wriggle away around, and he's got so much pace he might do that. Ormonroyd again, looking to cross it maybe, and does so, did so well as well, but cleared as far as Horvat. Interesting selection, Ian Ormonroyd coming on for the first time this season. But they shouldn't have been surprised by that goal from Radimir Hilek. He scored in 3 European ties for Banik last season. He's done so again here. So the free kick one, which will please those lined up on the Aston Villa bench. Plenty of animation there. Cowans, whose free kick provided the Aston Villa equaliser. Ormonroyd unable to get there. Well, the message is rapped out loud and clear. But the Czechoslovakians must be very happy with that one goal they've scored here at Villa Park. Taken by Ormonroyd, and he's done well to find Gray. The tackle back important by Kula. Excellent start to the second half for Villa, though. Putting a lot more pressure on here as Ormonroyd again gets in, and his hustling is posing problems, and the substitution by Dr. Venglos is already appearing to work. I think he wanted Ormonroyd's height and his nuisance value in the opposition penalty area. Well, he's 6'4", is Ormonroyd, and he's taken the near post here, and he'll look for the flick on. And as it turns out, he flicks it behind the net himself. Ian Ormonroyd, known as Sticks. Big money signing from Bradford last year. Cowans storming forward, trying to find Cascarino. He's got to lay it off, and he's gone a long way back to find Chris Price in support. He does well to work it down the line, and Daly comes in, and this is where he's so dangerous. Daly, was he bundled off the ball? No, says the German referee. Such a crowd pleaser, Tony Daly. They mustn't get beaten on the break again as they were in the first half, and this is the danger again. The ball fed through, and Olander, and a good tackle won by Derek Mountfield. An important challenge that. They are still a very good side on the break of Banik, and Aston Villa will have to remember that. Daly was calling for it down the inside left channel. Out to Neshash. It wasn't a well-directed pass, but it's still taken on by Stash, the sweeper who's come forward. Horvat might try and curl one in himself. Oh, he sliced it so badly, it's not even going to be a goal kick. Oh, that was a defender's finishing. Start things off in the right back position. Daly, Cascarino got there first. Daly works it inside to Price this time. Cascarino beaten once more by the defender who's never left his side, Scarabella. Well, unfortunately, Cascarino has stayed down. And we wait to see how serious that injury is, and sportingly the ball is played out by the opposition, allowing time for the treatment to Cascarino. And I think it's got to be said that Banik are an extremely sporting team. Something John Ward was talking about and Dr. Venglos. They know all about Banik, having been over to see them play in a goalless draw there recently, but they were very impressed by the discipline of the side. Well, this is where Cascarino picked up his knock, going into challenge for the ball with Kubanek. And I think he just seemed to twist awkwardly. Well, they need him for the rigours of First Division life, week in, week out. And having just disrupted the side a little, Dr. Venglas will not want it changing any more. He's discussing it with John Ward at the moment. He's brought Ian Ormonroyd on for this second half, and to good effect. This might alter the thinking once more. Ormonroyd is already working up a lather by the look of things. And Cascarino is gingerly hobbling, but he's looking in some discomfort, and you can't really see him coming back into the fray, to be honest. And so that's altered the tactics once more. Probably Ian Olney would be the ideal replacement. And indeed, it looks like Ian Olney is going to be the choice. They could have plumped for Dwight York, the 18-year-old Trinidad and Tobago international, but Olney's just that little bit more experienced and has played up front, of course. Palinak finding Neshash. So they'll be happy to slow things down a little bit. There's a little bit fire at the start of the second half for their liking. Villa coming right at them again. But they've calmed things down now, and he finds Horvat. McGraw will stick with him like a limpet, but Horvat tries to work some space and does so. Stuart Gray, as calm and collected as his opposite numbers from Czechoslovakia in defence. Interesting kick from Spink. He saw Ormonroyd in space, and it was a delightfully worked manoeuvre. And the hold-up is because of the substitution, so Tony Cascarino won't be coming back on. Ian Olney is on and keen to get into the thick of it. What a night for him as well, another youngster, only 20 years old, playing in Europe for the first time, as is this man, Tony Daly. His scurrying runs created a bit of panic back there at times. Mountfield has done a good steady job there in the middle. He's got some defending to do now though. Kula waiting for some support inside the penalty area. McGrath's there, but knocks it straight down to the goal scorer. That's Hilek. He mustn't let him have another go. He proved his danger. Frustrating life at Villa for someone like Ian Ormonroyd, with Dr. Venglos's policy of really playing one striker up front, supplemented by Daly's speed on the flanks. It's gone through to Daly, and he takes it on. He's got support on his, well, just behind him now from Price, who decided to have a crack, and it was a disappointing finish. Chris Price can do better than that. A regular goal scorer in his days at Hereford and Blackburn. And Tony Daly had held it up nicely for him. There was nothing wrong with trying the shot, but he had to keep it down. Well met again by Mountfield. Gray supplementing the attack. He's got Orman wide to on his left. Daly's in the penalty area, and Gray, well, that was really to nobody in particular. No doubt about it, Villa need another goal tonight. And Tony Cascarino is being taken away in a chair. Almost a trolley-like, and he couldn't walk to the dressing rooms. A disappointing sight for Villa. Daly again, taking it from Olney's touch. McGrath. Price stayed out wide on the touchline as Platt gets into the penalty area once more. Tries to tee them up here, and it's a goal! It's 2-1 and it's Mountfield. Chris Price getting in. Beautifully worked move with David Platt at the heart of it. Now watch the movement here off the ball. Excellent. Price a little touch on, and Derek Mountfield sweeps it into the Banik net, and Villa have the lead. Beautifully done, with Daly first, then Price here, Platt and Mountfield all involved, and Villa have the lead for the first time. Nobody was relishing the return of European football to England more than Derek Mountfield. And it's been a rich return for Mountfield. Marvellous moment for the former Everton man. Goal scoring was such a part of his repertoire before he came here to Villa Park, and he's proved that he can pop up still in the penalty area to good effect. Orman Roy. There's a buzz about Villa Park now. Free kick is against Aston Villa and not for Gordon Cowans. Just like the first goal, it was superbly timed. Because at 1-1, the cards were very much in the Banik hands. But now at 2-1, Villa in the ascendancy. They would still like a third in an ideal world. Neshash, he's the danger man at the moment. It's a good ball as well, and taken on by Hollander. And, although Spink dived down for it there, the referee says the ball's gone out of play. What a wonderful build-up it was to the Aston Villa goal there. David Platt holding things up so delightfully, as he's done for England on many occasions. Price teeing up Mountfield, and you don't stop those. Now back at the other end, imperative for Villa not to concede anything else on this night. And here's danger! The flick by Nigel Spink, just sufficient to keep the ball out. Hollander disappointed. Well, he served his side well there. The man who was the hero back in 1982 against Bayern Munich. There's still another corner for Banik. And the Czechs will be looking for a second. Having had the lead and the initiative taken away from them. A chance to cough it, or to cross it is with Horvat. And they've got to get this ball out. It's still in the danger area. The little side foot didn't quite pay off. That was from Banik. But whenever Sept gets inside that penalty area with Hollander, there is danger to Aston Villa. And they come forward in numbers, which makes it a very attractive encounter. Ormonroyd will be penalised for the challenge. He says, I was going for the ball. But Nigel Spink served his side really well here from this corner. There was a terrific danger, and he had to stretch everything to keep it out. So Nigel Spink proving his value once again to this club he's served so well. And he might have to do so again now with a Banik free kick. And they've got 5 men inside the penalty area, but that will be Spink's ball. And he looks to throw it out to the scorer of the second goal, Derek Manfield. Cowans looking as always to find the searing pace of Daly. Off he goes again. He's like a greyhound out of the traps. Still he wants to take them on. No free kick given. He didn't need it. Gordon Cowans walks away, wisely so, as the player left down there is Kubanek. Off he gets. Now Price, who played such a vital role in the goal. Stash. Neshas. Always sets off with great purpose, Neshas. Kula's been forced back. Stash has made some room for him. The ball comes now to Hollander. Hilek. He runs at them in the same way Daly does, and Hilek goes on. He's scored one, and he's in the penalty area again here. It's coming back to Hollander. Well played. Who else? David Platt. Quite remarkable how David Platt gets back to help his side out in those situations, and a minute later you might find him bombing up in the other team's penalty area. Hopefully so from a Villa point of view. Olney has done well there. Found Price, who's keen to play a supporting role again here. Chris Price carries it on, and well, I thought he'd tripped over the ball, to be honest. And Chris Price smiles. You can't quite see it, but he definitely had a big grin on his face there. And I think the West German referee gave him a helping hand. Nonetheless, it's Villa's free kick, 30 yards out. But Price here will watch, see if he stumbles. I thought he did. Well, past the outstretched leg of the defender, free kick given. And the referee's not missed much, to be fair. And Gray on the ball. Gray can hit them with his left foot. And only trying to find some space in the Czechoslovakian wall. Instead it's Gray, shot, and it fizzes over the top. Stuart Gray was with Nottingham Forest as a junior during their European Cup triumphs, and here he's looking to take part in a Villa one. He never actually made that Forest first team when they were winning on the battlefields of Europe. Hilek looking to take it on again. They're looking for offside against Hollander, and they get it. He was just ahead of McGrath. Ormonroyd wins his aerial duel with Kula and goes on. Here's Ormonroyd. He's blocked. No question about that. He's much more skillful on the ground than people often give him credit for, and Igor Stash knew no other way of preventing him going past him there. And what a good place to win a free kick in. Almonroyd, he's so awkward to handle, and Stash, no doubt about it, he blocked him in an illegal manner. Well, Gray couldn't keep the last one down. They might try something different this time. Maybe a Platt curler, or maybe Chris Price on the right will have a crack. Both Olney and McGrath got in there this time. The referee wants them to go back and to retreat another yard, I think. It's played, and it's Platt! Screaming shot and an excellent punch save by Strunicek. The danger's still here, though. Keeper comes and again gets a fingertip to the ball, and he's fallen over into his own net, actually. He's picked himself up now. But he's only 22, this goalkeeper, signed to replace Ludo Mikloško, who's come to West Ham, and made a pretty good job of it. So it was an unnerving moment for the goalkeeper. A nicely worked free kick, although Platt didn't have much time to take the shot. The wall rushing at him, and an instinctive stop. So Platt, a potent weapon again. And the Villa fans are really getting behind their side now at the Holt end. But still, we have to repeat the warning: beware Banik Ostrava, because they're capable of getting more goals. Danger here. Kula is the man on the ball. Horvat. And there's the shot, going a couple of feet wide from Kubanek. But again, that will act as a warning to Aston Villa. A 2-1 lead is too slender. Nice build-up. Kula started it. Taken on there by Horvat. And then Kubanek couldn't get it on the mark, and it was a good 4 or 5 feet wide. It's worth bearing in mind that Aston Villa have, of course, made both their substitutions. They can't bring anybody else on. Here's Almonroyd, one of those subs, going for it. And again. Platt keeps battling. Kula brings it away. Strong running by Stash, who's in possession once more. And there's plenty of men up once again. They're searching an equaliser. They'd see 2-2 as a tremendous triumph here. Kubanek. Stash again. Kubanek, he's just had one shot. And Hollander! Not a bad try. Hollander, the top goal scorer in Czechoslovakian football at the moment. Quite capable from this sort of distance of beating any goalkeeper. Too high, too wide. Time, I suppose, on Banik's side in a way, but 2-1 having got the away goal. Villa, with the urgency, need to get a third if they can. So remember, Banik would only need to win 1-0 at home to go through, with their away goal counting double. But at 3-1, it'd be a very different proposition. Here goes Ian Almonroyd. Kula's not come up against anything quite like Ian Almonroyd before, and he's gone past him. Now, can he supply a good cross? He can, a very good cross indeed. Unfortunately for Villa, Ian Olney just not able to put it away. But a searching run and a teasing cross from Almonroyd, who did well to get around Kula. It was a bit of a wrestling match, really. But he clipped the ball over, Olney just couldn't get in. Nonetheless, it's Villa's corner. Cowans with the take. It's Nielsen who tried to flick it on. The ball lost and the raid is on. Daly does a bit of defending right in front of his manager's box. That would have pleased him. Black will be hauled back for that, just as he was hauling the man back. Dr. Venglas is saying a little bit over there, along with his assistants, John Ward and Dennis Booth. Aston Villa 2, Banik Ostrava 1. And McGrath out as far as Cowans. On towards Daly. It's going to be some contest in Czechoslovakia. This is a side of great ability, Banik Ostrava. They're lying 7th in the National League at the moment. And they're coming here looking for a second goal at Aston Villa, having plundered one in the first half, which is going to be of great value. Good skill once more. Palinek this time. Still it's Palinek. Spink able to roll it out to the willing Gray. Cowans to Ormond. He shields it well. So they've got to be incisive in the danger part of the field at the moment, in the last quarter. And they're trying to do that with Olney now to Price, who set up the second goal. And a critical challenge won there by the defender, Scarabella. If Price had got round him, they'd have been in trouble. Olney. Leaving it for Mountfield, who enjoys going up there so much. And if Derek Mountfield has scored some important goals in the Football League, well, he scored an important one in the UEFA Cup tonight. When they talk about needing patience in European competition, that's exactly the sort of thing that was meant. Olney takes it on now. The crowd were just getting a little bit restless there. And they'll get even more restless now after that challenge by Palinek on Olney. He insists he was going for the ball, but Palinek becomes the first man booked in this encounter. Ian Olney just trying to hold things up there, and Palinek said he was going for the ball. He sent him as though he was going over Beecher's Brook. The free kick is by Cowans. The keeper comes and just gets the punch ahead of Mountfield. He's left prostrate. And if he didn't hear the whistle, he probably won't want to hear one at the moment. It might increase the headache. Pavel Strumicek staying down. The man who played so well for his side last season, he conceded only 22 goals in 30 games. And here he had to be brave. Cowans floating it in, and they've some big men of Aston Villa. Mountfield, Olney there, all coming in for it. Olney at the front, Mountfield at the back, Platt in there as well. And it was Olney, in fact, who caught him. Which earth am I on? And he's complaining about the use of an elbow by Ian Olney. And Dr. Venglas has seen it all before in Czechoslovakia and now in the city of Birmingham. So we're inside the last quarter of the match at Villa Park. A notable re-entry for English clubs into Europe, with Aston Villa holding a 2-1 advantage. But very conscious of the need of a third goal, probably. There's a safety margin to take to Czechoslovakia with them in 2 weeks' time. Ormonroy did well, found Platt. He finds Cowans. And Daly. Oh, no, he won't. He didn't even attempt the header, but Olney has picked it up. Here's Cowans, one of those survivors from 1982. Spink in goal, the other one. Des Bremner, another that side is in the crowd tonight. Nice floated ball, Platt's header! So unlucky. A typical David Platt strike. Well, they appreciated that of this man who scores some spectacular goals with his heads. Trying to get on the end of Cowan's ball there, did so superbly and was so close. Well, a critical period of the game as Ormonroy again skins his man and is then brought down for his pains by Kula. For his audacity, you might say, going on the outside of him. Noticeable that Kula, who made some good forward runs in the first half, has been forced back into an almost right-back position in the second half. And he's finding Ormonroy a handful. The substitute is now there in the penalty area, along with the keeper, and it's goal number 3 from Ian Olney. A beautifully flighted free kick, and Olney's head did the rest. A triumphant return to Europe then for Aston Villa at 3-1. It looks so much sweeter. And those fans are dreaming of great days again. It's the perfect free kick. Only timed his run to equal perfection, and the keeper in no man's land, well beaten. And the complexion changes again. When Helik gave Banik the lead in the first half, it didn't look good for Aston Villa, in all honesty. But those goals from Platt, from Mountfield, and now from the substitute only, have put an entirely different aspect on this European return for Aston Villa. But let me repeat again, they must not concede another one. This is European football at its best, at its most pulsating. This time Ormonroy is the offender, but here again we can see this delightful free kick from Gordon Cowans, one of the men who played in 1982. And has he ever delivered a sweeter free kick, and has there ever been a better finish than that? So the Villa crowd really roaring now. 3-1, and they want more. But I'm sure Dr. Venglos will know that the tie is far from over. When they go back to Czechoslovakia in 2 weeks, Banik might well be a very stiff proposition, and he knows it better than anyone. Marvellous to see Gordon Cowans involved in that goal. Sweet free kick. And here goes one of the younger breed. Daly, he's enjoying his first taste of European football and tests Rulicek. That would have rounded it off. He was a long way out, but he fancied his chances here. And a good strike as well, and it could have bounced awkwardly in front of Rulicek. It was going in. Here comes Stash, and he can hit them as well, and Spink has to twist in mid-air to turn that one aside. Ivo Stash brings a smile from the face of Nigel Spink, who appreciates a good striker of the ball. Vital save by Spink. So we've seen the best of the 82 survivors. Cowan's providing a goal, Spink saving one. And Platt leads the foray out. Not very far though. Here's Kula, most experienced man in the side. Comes to grief under Ormonroyd's challenge. Ormonroyd has got over there twice in this half, although he's ostensibly playing it wide on the left. He's followed his man across there and brought him down. Free kick to Banik. Taken already. Stash has just had one shot. He wants to have another one. Well, he's got the range, but not the power. Incidentally, the other great hero of that 1982 triumph, Peter With, was actually playing in a match this evening for Huddersfield Town Reserves, not far away from here at Coventry. Peter With, who scored the momentous goal in Villa's 1-0 triumph. That looks like a free kick, if ever there was one. The push on Olney was by Scarabella. It's been taken already. Can they get a fourth? Driven into the crowd by Platt. For the quickness of the free kick, caught them napping. Platt trying to round it off. The ball slid through to him by Olney, and Platt, from the angle, just couldn't beat it. Well, they've enjoyed the return of European football to England and to Villa Park in particular. And it's not finished yet. Here's Stuart Gray. Ormonroyd. Free kick is Villa's. They were checking Olney in the wrong manner. I suspect that Cialini, number 6 there, didn't quite agree with that decision. The 27-year-old defender who's been trying to hold things together at the back in the last few minutes. Cowan's played the last one in to great effect. Can he do so again? Didn't quite get the loft on it that time. And the break is on, but Price comes across and serves his side well. And look who else was back there. Daly, now playing at centre-half. A highly important 5-minute spell this now to the final whistle. It's of more importance to Villa that they don't concede one than that they do score one in many ways. Although a fourth would be very nice, of course. Free kick against Daly. And the referee has officiated with very good humour indeed. Herr Neuner from Frankfurt. His 2 officials from Hamburg and Dusseldorf. They'll be swapping stories on the way back. Isn't a good place for McGrath to have to clear from. And only couldn't find Ormonroyd, but McGrath does well to win it again. There's quite a challenge on Olney, but he got rid of the ball all right. And they've worked it through for Cowans. Platt's making one of those runs through the middle. Cowans just couldn't release it. And Price comes instead. Good ball, Platt. Olney. Platt again's in there. So was the defender. Some really inventive football from Villa there. And the Czechoslovakian managers obviously kept the rhythm going from last season. It wasn't an auspicious start to the league campaign, but they've certainly picked up in the last 2 matches. Oh, I was just going to say they're comfortable on the ball. Here's Ormondroyd. He'll hit the shot in. Oh, and put over the top by their own defender, Roman Cialini. Well, he must have his heart pounding at the moment, I imagine. They were a little bit too intricate in trying to get the ball out, and Ormondroyd whipped that one in, and Cialini could well have scored a 4th goal for Aston Villa. They wouldn't have thanked him for that. Wouldn't his own side, but here the keeper's under some pressure, and surely the whistle has sounded. And Ian Ormondroyd says, I never touched him, but Hollander is down and trying to impress the referee. And I think they're discussing Cialini's header at his own goal there. So a real flurry of action inside the penalty area, and Ormondroyd did he touch him or did he fall of his own accord? Well, Hollander never looks very cheerful. He didn't even when he nearly scored a goal. It's Aston Villa 3, Banik Ostrava 1. Couple of minutes left. Bit of injury time maybe. And those Villa fans will be rejoicing in a 3-1 scoreline. It didn't look too healthy at 0-1. But the last hour has certainly belonged to Villa. And they've shown strength of character in coming from that deficit. And they're looking for a 4th goal to really cap a marvellous return of European football to England. As David Platt gives away another free kick. But he is very much the fulcrum of this side. Well read by Nielsen, who's been quietly effective as always. Such an inspiration. He leads from the front. He also leads at the back as well many a time. We've moved into injury time. Oh, and that will be another one, and it's going to be a booking for Ian Olney. Referee says that he tripped Stash. Olney, very much a hero a few minutes ago. A go with his header. Now the villain of the piece. Stash, he literally just catches his heel, and down goes Stash. And that's a yellow card for Ian Olney. So Olney, on his European debut, has a goal and a yellow card. But Villa Park on this night has seen the return of European football in scintillating manner after the first sterile 25 minutes or so. And Dr. Venglos will be extremely happy to have led his team to a victory on their re-entry. even though it's against one of his own country's sides. And his knowledge must have been extremely valuable in the planning of this one. Wasn't a good clearance. Daly. Can they cap it with a fourth goal? Nielsen lofting it towards Platt. Won by Cowans, he releases Olney. Platt's in the middle. Ormondroyd's trying to get up there as well. Might come down for Daly. No, they've defended well against that sort of situation. Well, the crowd wanting a little bit more action maybe, but I think Villa's players know the importance of not conceding anything rather than overstretching themselves at this stage. As Daly wins it again, Olney gives him it back. And he's trying to get around two defenders, one in particular who's sticking limpet-like with him is Cialini again. We're well into time added on. But there will be time for Cowans to take this throw. And they might as well have the long one and try and profit from it. Mountfield looking for Ormondroyd in there. He's got the back flake. Platt might try and thread it through for Gray. And he has never stopped running. Now McGrath. Platt again. How many times has he been in the thick of it? And the referee blows. It's been a victorious return to Europe for Aston Villa. It didn't look good when Helek scored the opening goal for Banik. It was rubbed out immediately by David Platt, and then Ian Olney there and Derek Mountfield scored the goals in the second half, which give us a convincing Aston Villa victory by 3-1. Aston Villa 3, Banik Ostrava 1.
Welcome back. So a successful return to Europe for Aston Villa. After the match, Phil Mepham sought reaction from Platt, Cowan and their manager, Benglos.
Yeah, I think the game was a very good one, very exciting. And as I said before the game, we are going to play against strong opposition, and we played against strong opposition.
I don't think they were too keen on coming back at us when we was 3-1 up, because I thought that they thought we was going to get a fourth goal. It sounds silly, but they were killing the game off at 3-1.
When we go over there, they've got to come out and really get at us, throw caution to the wind, and that might be in our favour really, because I think if we can soak up the pressure as we have done on many occasions, such as at Liverpool and that, and win our fair share of corners and free kicks, we can win the game from them, because we cause them all sorts of problems with the big lads up front. So you know, I feel we can win it from those.
So 2 goals is enough?
Hopefully, yes. I think it will be. Yeah.
Right, let's catch up now on some of the other scores from home and abroad, starting with the European Cup. And no luck for the Irish. St Patrick's well beaten in Romania, Portadown in Portugal. Easy for Rangers, though. They won 4-0 in Malta, and Napoli beat Újpest of Hungary 3-0. In the European Cup Winners' Cup, Glentoran won, Steaua Bucharest won. Now, that is a good result for the Irish. It might be difficult away from home, but a late equaliser against the European Cup winners. Manchester United, we've already seen. Wrexham 0-0 with the Danes, Aberdeen winning in Cyprus, and Juventus, the holders, winning comfortably in Bulgaria. On to the UEFA Cup, confirmation of the Aston Villa score. Derry City, another Irish team in trouble tonight. Hearts have got a point in Russia, which is good news for their manager Joe Jordan, who took over today. He'll be well pleased. And Roma beating Benfica 1-0. And to domestic football, Brighton beating Portsmouth 3-2. Brighton goes 6th. And Portsmouth are 3rd bottom. Millwall and Hull sharing 6 goals. West Ham now go 3rd. And into the 4th division, a point there for Hereford with a late goal, and honours equal at Sincilbank. Well, next week we will be bringing you the 2nd round of the Rumbelows Cup. 2 excellent games featuring Midlands clubs. We leave you tonight with the goals from the Aston Villa players, from Platt, from Mountfield and Olney. We're back in Europe. Good night.
The early exchanges were much the same as against Banik Ostrava on Wednesday. The visitors scoring first, Villa quickly equalising. Andy Sinton gave Rangers the lead, using the space he was given to good effect before beating Cowan's, Mountfield and ultimately Nigel Spink. But Villa were quickly level, Mountfield scoring his second close-range goal in 4 days. Once again, a Villa set piece had reaped its reward. But they then lost their momentum as Rangers regained the lead after 29 minutes. Ferdinand was adjudged to have been felled in the area by Kent Nielsen. It was a decision the Dane was quietly unhappy with, but to his credit, there were no complaints. There was no doubt plenty of disappointment from Nigel Spink, who so nearly saved Wegerle's penalty. But once again, Villa quickly levelled, thanks this time to the much maligned Ian Ormondroyd. Quick to turn, quick to assess, and quick to appreciate his first of the season.